like you lost another one.
What's up, guys? Keisha Chia here, back at you with another alternate universe. What if, guys? Now, this is going to be, you could say, the 500 subscriber special. Woo! Yes, I know. This is quite a special day for me and y'all, guys. I cannot thank you enough for what y'all are doing for me. Give me up to 500 subscribers. Oh my god, we're almost there to 1,000. I am just too excited for this. I am really excited. I am happy that y'all did this. I am proud of y'all. I'm not even y'all dad, and I'm proud of y'all. That's how proud of y'all I am. Now, this is for, like I said, the 500 subscriber special, and this is going to be, well, what if Deku had, let's say, 2 quirks, but this is going to be quite 18 only, and it's going to be a special one. What if Deku was born with a half explosion quirk and half acid frog quirk? But we're going to give him a third quirk because this was an idea by a subscriber, but I kind of want to add another quirk with it too. And this is going to be a little bit of a water quirk, but I'll show you the mechanics of it too. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a 18 only and a spicy shipping of glory. Well, first thing is, Bakugo is going to be a female for reasons, and this story is going to be bizarre, wacky, and it's going to contain a lot of hentai in it. You be warned. Now, how are we going to start the story off? Well, pretty much Deku is born, but he is born as not as a normal baby. He was born with gills on his neck. And when he cries, he kind of makes a big sonic wave. Not to the doctors can notice, but the fishes can notice. And he's also going to be born with wings on his feet. Why, you ask? Well, the question is, why not? But also he's going to have wings on his head. Now, Deku was born. And we're going to say he meets Bakugo. Or, should I say, female Bakugo. Now, female Bakugo and Deku is pretty much close to each other. As they grow, shortly after, Bakugo gets, we'll say, her quirk, and she gets a little cocky and turns into a bully. Now, this is a time where Deku still be friends with her, and they're still close to each other. This is where the part where things kind of go a little bit different. And this is where Bakugo is bullying, let's say, a boy, explosion, him with explosion quirks and beating him up, which Deku steps in to say, this is not right, Kanshan, you're not supposed to do this. Which she says shut up, and she kind of accidentally lets out a big explosion. This is where Deku, we're going to say his explosion quirk can absorb another explosions or any smoke or any type of things trying to hit him. And he pretty much absorbs the explosion, and he pretty much throws it in a different direction. And he says, Kasha, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you trying to kill me and him? Which she didn't know, which she was doing it on an accident, and she runs away, saying like you were this, but secretly she's traumatized due to the fact that she almost killed her best friend and her childhood friend that she very much likes and adores. Now, we're going to do a couple of years, and well, no, not a couple of years. We're gonna do a little bit of a time skip, and this is where they're in middle school. And this is not the start of Edmund yet. This is a different middle school where, well, Deku had to transfer because of his, let's say his, mm, let's say because he was a little bit more intelligent, and they was kind of put him into a different school. Now, this is where he meets Mineta? Mineta? You could say the girl with the acid quirk and Floppy, if that's her name. Now, he meets both of them and he forms a pretty much good relationship bond. And also, you could say a friendly relationship and a little bit more than that. Now, before they can, well, both of them confess they love to Deku, Deku transfers them to another school. And they're pretty much sad that they never get to confess they love to him. Until they realize that, you know, he lives somewhere by the area, but they have to find him, which they pretty much don't find. But they will meet again. So now Deku goes back to another school, which this is where he meets Bakugo, and she's pretty much saying, "Deku, is that you?" or Mizuka, which Deku looks at pretty much her and says, "Oh, Kashan, it's you," which he runs and gives her a hug, which she blushes and says, "Get off of me," which he says, "Ah, sorry about that," brushes his head. Now Deku pretty much is a little bit more mature due to his quirk and his uniqueness. He pretty much uh, starts to float. You could say fly around. Now, if you're asking how is he flying, we're going to say because of those wings on his feet, but it's another reason why he's flying. But pretty much, Deku is going to the gym where all the other students are going, including Bakugo, and she pretty much is playing dodgeball, which Deku's pretty much sitting down and reading his book. This is where Bakugo calls out Deku and says, "Oh, Mizuku, how about come out and play with us, you chicken?" Which Deku says, "Alright, don't blame me if I hit you hard." Which he takes off his shirt and pretty much shows his ripped body. Now, if you're wondering, like, why is his body ripped and stuff, I'm going to tell you pretty much in a minute, but we're going to continue the story. Now, Bakugo blushes hard, and you could say tiny bit gets a nosebleed, which Deku asks if she's alright pretty much cleaning off the blood off her nose and licking it. But she says, "What the?" She said, "Ew, don't do that." Which he says, "What? Your blood's so sweet." Which she blushes even harder. Now, later on, pretty much this is the start of the anime now, and this is where the teacher walks in and pretty much does the whole speech and stuff and says, "Oh, what I kidding? Y'all all would have become heroes," and those which everybody decided, which Deku is pretty much saying, "Cool," which Bakugo said, and stands up and talks to her smack and says that all of them is worthless stuff. And this is where the teacher says, "Oh, there's only two uh, disciplines of the thing," and which it says pretty much Bakugo and Deku, which everybody's saying, "Wow, Deku!" Like they're saying, "I can't believe Deku's going." Which Deku haven't really showed off his quirk to anyone. His like three quirks, you could say, to anyone. So no one doesn't know what quirk he has or like how far he can stay. Like if he can breathe underwater. Like what can he actually do? That's the question that they don't know. Now, Bakugo is saying, so you look like you're going," which she slams her hand down on her desk, which which Deku stands up and pretty much looks at her and pretty much get close to her face saying, "What, you got a problem with that?" Which she pretty much said, "Yeah, I do." Which he pretty much accidentally slip on his hand and Link falls in on the kiss, kind of like the Naruto and Sasuke kiss. Now, before Bakugo can pull back, Deku leans in a little bit forward and you could say do a little bit of French tongue kiss and all that. And she pretty much is despairing and can't resist the intoxicating thing, which Deku pretty much pulled back in. She's pretty much is blushing real hard and everybody's saying, "Oh my god," which Bakugo pretty much runs out saying, "You will regret this," which Deku is pretty much saying, "Yeah, yeah." This is where pretty much Deku is leaving, grabbing his stuff and pretty much heading out and going to take the shortcut in the tunnel. And this is where the sludge villain attacks. Now, the sludge villain is pretty much grabs Deku and trying to pretty much take over his body until you could say Deku pretty much pulls the sludge villain off of him and pretty much slams him in the wall, splitting him. Now, if you're wondering what's happening, like how is Deku doing that, is because he has the water quirk. And the water quirk is pretty much has control of any matter that has water in it. Like if you have, you could say Deku can also do blood bending. You could say that. But let me stop. But pretty much, yeah. Deku can pretty much control the Sludge villain liquids and pretty much can pretty much play around with him and make him as Play-Doh Dodo. You could say. Now the Sludge villain is saying, "What the hell, kid? How are you doing this?" Which Deku pretty much is turning him into a ball. Which the Sludge villain is saying, "Stop that!" He's pretty much about like shrinking him down. He's like, "Please stop!" And he pretty much turns him into a basketball. He's pretty much like ducking him left to right. He says he goes for the shot. Ooh, he misses. Which he pretty much slams him into the wall again. And the Sludge villain is pretty much saying, "Please stop." Which this is what All Might comes in and says, "I am," and he says, "What are you doing with that villain?" Which Deck is saying, "Oh, I'm just playing around with him. This villain was trying to mess around, trying to take over my body or try to kill me." Which All Might says, "Oh, well, that's an amazing quirk. What quirk do you have?" Which this is where Deku says, "Ha, would you like to know, All Might?" Which All Might says, "Yes, I would really like to know." Which Deku says, "Nah, I'm not gonna tell you." Which he pretty much walks away, but he says, "It's nice knowing you. It's nice meeting you, All Might, the number one hero." And he pretty much walks away. All Might saying, what a peculiar odd kid. Which he puts the substitute in the bottle and jumps away. Now, this we're gonna say All Might kind of effed up in he drops the bottle. And it pretty much attacks Bakugo. Now, Deku is pretty much is uh walking until he sees pretty much Bakugo is getting attacked, and she's screaming and telling the thing to get off her and throwing down random explosions and stuff, damaging everything else except the sludge. Now this is where Deku comes in and says, "You just don't never learn, don't you?" Which Sludge is saying, "Get away from me! I swear to God, I'll snap her neck." Which Deku says, "Okay, okay, calm down, calm down. Like that's my childhood best friend you're talking about now." Which the session, "Oh yeah, so it is." Which this is where Bakugo freaks out and trying to get the Sludgeman off her and throw a massive explosion to at Deku direction. Which Deku pretty much says, "Ah, here we go," and he pretty much absorbs the explosion. Now he throws it back at Bakugo, and it pretty much hits the Sludgeman and Bakugo. But when Bakugo opens up her eyes, she's not damaged, but the Sludge villain is. And the Sludge villain pretty much turns to Chris and dies. Now everybody is just pretty much just saying, "Oh my God, wow, amazing!" and just saying, and think like pretty much cheer like thinking like saying, "Oh, that's a great quirk," saying that to Bakugo and stuff, saying, "How about you can join my agency when you grow up?" And then which Deku is pretty much walking away, which no one is like not noticing that he's walking away, and say, "Wait, where was the kid who just saved you?" And Deku's pretty much walking home. This is where pretty much Bucko pretty much says, "Hey Deku, I just need your help." Which Deku says, "Yeah, of course you didn't need my help." And she pretty much comes at Deku and smacks him in the face. Which Deku pretty much says, "Ow, that hurts." Which she says, "You always do this. You always do the most reckless things. Like how you know I was about to die or anything." Which Deku looks at her in her eyes and pretty much kisses her again. Which she pretty much says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I should have did this a long time ago." And pretty much kisses her again and it brings her in and closer, doing the tongue kiss stuff. Now, Bako is pretty much falling head over heels for Deku, and she asks, "Would you like to come over to my house? I'd like to thank you for pretty much saving me." Which Deku says, "Yeah, sure." Now, if you're asking, do they have sex at this part? Yes, they do. Now, I'm not sugarcoating. They have sex. I'm talking about like naked, penis going in the vagina, nutting, not in the vagina, but on the stomach. Just doing it. Now, Deku is pretty much laying with Bakugo, and she's pretty much asleep, which Deku gets up and gets dressed and goes home. Now, Inko is pretty much asking, like, well, no, before that, Deku's pretty much walking to his house, and this is where pretty much you could say Zeus comes in. Now, Zeus is pretty much you could say a kid. You could say, like to be as youthful as he is, not like no big builder guard. Which he says, well, look like you're here, Hermes." Which Deku says, "A pardon?" Which Zeus says, "Oh yeah, maybe Hermes, maybe this passed on, and you're the new god now, but you are the god, the messenger god, Hermes, or the new Hermes, you could say." Which Deku says, "What do you mean? Like, look at your body. Have you ever realized you're incredibly fast? Like you have fast limits, and you can also control water, and you think it's a part of your quirk, right?" Which Deku says, "Yeah. Well, we're gonna say Hermes and it pretty much Poseidon kind of made you as to get back at me or to destroy me. You were supposed to be you could say the Titan god, the destroy all gods and destroy me. It was prophesied." Which Deku says, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm leaving." Which Zeus says, "Maybe we could talk another time. Here, make sure to call this number if you have any questions." Which Deku says, "Alright." Now, I wonder if you're asking if Hermes a female, yes, Hermes and Poseidon pretty much had Deku. Now, the quirk situation, that was a little bit of Inko because Hermes, Hermes and Deku, no, sorry, Hermes and Poseidon pretty much had a child, but they made the child, but they put the child in Inko's stomach, and Inko pretty much quirks, or you could say quirk, and since the genetics linked to Deku just only had those two quirks, the acid and the acid frog, and pretty much you could say a shorter quirk is from her genetics. Now, the water thing is pretty much just from the gods, or those two gods. Now, Deku Deku is pretty much thinking in his head saying, "Am I a demi-human?" Which Deku search up and it pretty much explains the whole demi-human and what they are and what they can do and stuff. Which Deku saying, "Huh, neat." This is where he goes to bed. And he wakes up the next day and he gets a knock on the door. And this is from no other. You ready for this, guys? Hercules. Oh, wow, yeah, y'all thought I was about to say All Might. Yeah, y'all really thought I was about to say All Might. I got y'all there, but no, it's Hercules. And Hercules says, "Well, hello, cousin. Now, this is part one of the 500 subscriber special of What If Deku had or was born with pretty much acid, froggy, and quirk slash explosion quirk part one. Now, if you like 30 likes, I will do the video automatically for the next day. 20 likes if you want to see this some more in the future. Leave your comments down below. You know the deal, guys. I have my faith in y'all. And also, I will create a poll of what videos I want to watch next. But I will create 2 more videos today. And this 2 other videos is going to be what if Naruto was the main hentai protagonist slash OG god. And what if Deku had Neo's Devil Trigger, part 1. And I hope y'all enjoy this video. And I will work on the next videos. Peace out, guys. See ya. Bye bye.